Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you guys are new here, my name is Patrice Carothers, and we're going to be talking about my pregnancies and all of my symptoms that I've been going through. So today we are going to be talking about my 16-week and my 17-week during my pregnancy. So I have my phone because you guys know I say this all the time. I'm very forgetful and all that stuff. So we're going to get right started with the symptoms. It's going to pop up here on the side for you all to follow along. But I'm just going to let you guys know how week 16 went. So for my week 16, it was very good for me. I had a good week for week 16. My mood was very, like no super highs, no super lows. So I would say it was really normal for me. I didn't have anything crazy or anything like that. So that's very good. And my pregnancy insomnia, I had some pregnancy insomnia this week. It wasn't as bad as like a couple of weeks ago, but it's definitely still here. I don't know how to explain it, but like when you're pregnant, you get up all the time to go to the restroom and stuff like that. So your sleep is always kind of like broken up, and I just can't fall back to sleep as fast as I would like. I'm just up thinking about like, oh, what I have to do at work the next day, or anything that I got to take care of. If I have a doctor's appointment, anything like that, I'm up thinking about it. So that's something that's really bad. And then I'm like, my body is physically tired, and I just feel like I can't go back to sleep no matter what I do. If I'm listening to music, because that helps me go to sleep, or if I'm listening to like nature sounds or anything like that, it just does not help. Like anything that I try to do that normally gets me like knocked out like that, it's just not working. So that's why I'm calling it pregnancy insomnia, because I'm just up for no reason, but I'm like so freaking exhausted. So that's been going on in week 16. Also, my feet hurt really bad. I know it hurt a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, and it's not consistent. And in my ankles and my feet, they're not swollen or anything like that, but they just hurt so bad, and I don't know how to like even explain to anybody why my feet hurt. I have no idea. I don't do anything for them to hurt, so it's just bizarre. Like, it's just one of those weird pregnancy symptoms to me that my feet hurt, but it doesn't matter what shoes I'm wearing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm standing, if I'm sitting all day, my feet just hurt. So it's kind of weird because all my shoes are like usually Nikes, or I wear Converse, and then I wear some Birkenstocks too once it gets a little warmer. And yeah, they all have nice like arch support, and they've never bothered me before. And it just seems like, like now that I'm pregnant, everything bothers me. Like my feet just constantly hurt. Okay, and the next thing, and it's the last symptom that I had, is I noticed like in week 12, I was telling you guys how I noticed the dark line on my stomach. Okay, so week 16, I noticed that line got even darker. Listen, I'm not here for it, okay? You guys already know how I feel about it. I just don't like it. And the fact that it's getting darker to me is just like, oh my God, like, is this going to stop? So I haven't noticed it getting any darker than what it currently is right now. But it just kind of took me by surprise because, like week 12, I felt like I can see it. And it was, dark enough for me to be like, oh my gosh, I got the line on my stomach and all that stuff. But now it's like, okay, it is present. It is here. It's making its presence known, and it's definitely not going anywhere. So that's another thing that I noticed during week 16. And also, I just feel super pregnant. Like, I know that's not a pregnancy symptom because obviously, like, I'm pregnant, but I just felt so huge this week. I felt like my belly was huge, and I don't know. That's what I wrote on my notes. Like, I felt super pregnant this week. So that is it for all of my symptoms and everything for week 16. All right, you guys, moving right along to week 17. Week 17 was another doozy. It seems like I have good weeks and then I have bad weeks, right? And week 17 was definitely a hard week for me. I was very moody on week 17. That's one of my symptoms. It felt like I was on a roller coaster with my feelings, with my emotions. And it was more so like, not necessarily, I wasn't never angry, but I was always either sad, mostly sad. I felt like my moodiness was like, oh, I was okay, and then I was really sad, and then I was okay, and then I was really sad. So that's what I mean by like I was really moody that week. It's just a bad week. Like I'm not that moody kind of person. So when it's something out of my character, it's really hard for me to grasp and understand like why that happened to me. But I just think obviously there's a shift in your hormones or something like that during pregnancy. So it just made me really sad and moody this week. I was so much in my feelings that it wasn't fun for anybody around me. So that is what was happening in week 17. It was for the duration of week 17. It wasn't just, a couple of days out of the week. I was moody all week like that. I was sad all week or fine all week. Yeah, it was just a roller coaster ride. So that happened. Okay, so next, my pregnancy insomnia was still here. It was still present, but it wasn't as bad as like week 16 or 14 or 15. It was definitely very mild. I could fall back to sleep within 40 minutes. And I would wake up obviously every night to go to the restroom and do what I gotta do. But it was only like 4 nights where I actually struggled with in pregnancy insomnia. What I have on here is I only struggle on the weekdays. So if I have something to do, if I have to get up and go to work, those seem like the days where I struggle the most with my insomnia. And I'm thinking it's because I have like a lot on my mind, a lot on my plate, and I'm doing different things, and the season's changing, and I got to vamp up for the for the summer. So I'm thinking that's what it has to do with, but I'm not 100% sure, because it feels like on the weekends I can sleep completely fine like a baby. Like I mean, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and I do all that stuff, but I can immediately fall back to sleep. So maybe it's just like, oh, I know I'm going to get up anyway. So my body is just like, oh, you're up. And then I can't go back to sleep, and then I'm tired for the duration of the day. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that's definitely my pregnancy insomnia. It happens basically when I have stuff to do the next day and important stuff to do, and I really need to be like full rested and well rested and sleeping, and it just seems like that is not the case. And this week my feet still hurt, but not as bad as week 16. It felt like a dull pain instead of just like my feet actually just like aching and hurting. I'm still not swollen. My ankles aren't swollen. My feet are not swollen or anything like that. It's just my feet hurt. It doesn't matter because I switch shoes so many times, you guys, to try to figure out if it's my shoes or if it's not my shoes or if it's something like that, but it's definitely not going away, and it's still in the same exact spot. So I thought that was weird. I can wear one shoes one week and one shoes the next week, and it's still like that consistent pain. So, and this week also my lower back hurt a little bit more than it ever has. And I'm thinking maybe it's because I, like sometimes I wake up and I'm sleeping on my back, and maybe that's the case because obviously I have a lot of pressure from baby being on my spine or something. So I wake up and it honestly feels like somebody just like snapped me like this. It felt like somebody went like this while I was sleeping, and then I woke up and I'm like, oh, my whole midsection just hurts, like I was snapped like a twig and put back together. Like it's just like that dull ache. It's not anything that's like too bad. Like I wouldn't necessarily complain about it if someone asked me like, oh, hey, how you feeling? I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, like my whole body just hurts. But it feels like somebody just took me and like broke me in half and put me back together really quick. And my whole midsection just really, it was like sore. It was like a dull sore. So that was a little weird. And then my back hurt on top of that too. Like I had some back pain with that. And I feel like my midsection would hurt, but not as much as my back, if that makes sense. It felt like it was like towards the back of that. So I don't know how to explain that. Sorry. I'm like saying, I don't know how to explain myself, but I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt like it was all in my like back spinal area, more so than like the front, belly area. So, all right, you guys. So one of the best parts about week 17, okay, I have to share with you guys. One of the best parts about this week is that I felt my baby move, and it was the most craziest, bizarre thing that I've ever felt in my life. but it was so beautiful to me. And I'm going to tell you guys this story. I hope you guys don't mind, but I was laying down in bed, and I've been in bed for about 30 minutes now. I wasn't up walking around or anything like that. And I was just on my phone, you know, looking at Facebook, looking at YouTube, doing all that stuff. And I felt something that kind of made me feel a little queasy, right? So I was just like, it was just like a flutter, and I don't know how to really explain it. It just felt like someone gave me butterflies, but it wasn't me and my emotions that sparked that feeling, if that makes sense. So what I relate it to is like me walking down the aisle and getting married to my husband. It was like those butterfly feelings, but I wasn't the one that intentionally did it. Like, it wasn't my feelings that did it. So it was so weird. And I felt flutter and then I felt flutter again, and I was like, oh my God, that has to be baby, right? Like that. There's no way, like, there's no way that that's not my baby moving. And then I, you know, obviously explained the story and stuff to my sister. She's like, oh my God, you totally felt baby move. And I was just so excited in that my moment, and so blessed. I was so excited, and I wanted to share that with you guys because it was like one of the highlights of my pregnancy. And even though I go through like different symptoms, and, you know, my mood being high and low and all over the place, and my back hurting, my feet hurting, and things like that, it's just so beautiful to know that you're growing a human, and that you have something so like a miracle inside you, and you can actually feel it move now. And I'm just so excited to be at this part, or this chapter in my life and this chapter in my pregnancy, and to be able to share that moment with you all. It's just it just makes my heart so full. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I felt baby C move today and this week, and I'm so excited, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, that happened this week. I also feel super pregnant, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm bigger. Baby's growing, and I'm super excited about that. So that's another thing that's what's going on with me this week, but nothing too bad. So it's not really crazy pregnancy symptoms. It's just like, oh, this is what's been going on, and this is what's bothering me this week. So that is it for week 17. And then I'm going to give you guys a little update and show you guys my little baby bump. So this is my baby bump for week 16. And then here's my update. All right, you guys, here is my belly at 16 weeks. I feel huge, you guys. Oh my gosh, I feel so big, but you know, once again, my belly is not that big, but you can definitely tell that I'm pregnant. I feel like this is like one of the first weeks. Like I obviously have like a shirt on, but through my sweater, like obviously if someone were to ask, you know, like if someone's looking at me, they can definitely tell from this angle, like, oh, okay, she's pregnant, because that doesn't look like I'm full. Otherwise that would be a little weird, right? I'm all trying to straighten out my sweater so that you guys can see, like, no, there's clearly a baby in there. But yeah, that's it. There's my belly. Here it is from the front. And I feel like it hasn't changed much from the front because of the perspective, you know. But from the side, that's what we got. And yeah, that's about it. No other changes, you know, besides I feel huge and I feel absolutely pregnant. This is my baby bump for week 17. And then here's my update for you guys. All right, everybody, here is my 17-week belly. As you guys can see here, I feel huge. I always feel huge. I don't know, I keep saying that every week, but it's so true. So this is it from the front. I mean, you can't really tell with black, but definitely from the side. And if I were to pull my shirt down, you know, you can definitely tell there's a little baby bump there. So that's what we got going on for week 17. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, listen, I don't know why you haven't subscribed, but definitely hit that subscribe button so that you guys don't miss another video and stuff from me. And definitely click that post notification bell so you guys don't miss another upload. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.